Well, hello indie people, and this video is things not to say to autistic people. Because there are just things that people say sometimes which they don't necessarily mean to hurt people, but it can be a little bit offensive or just hurtful to autistic people like myself. But if you're autistic and you want to share some of the things people have said to you in the past, or things generally people shouldn't say to autistic people, let us all know down below and let's all try to help each other. But the first thing not to say to autistic people is, "Oh, you're a person with autism." No, I mean autistic. Oh, come on man, look at you, you're a person, don't put yourself down, you're not a disability, you're not a disorder with things coming out of your eyes. Now I personally say autistic person for myself because to me autism is a part of my identity. I'm not saying that autism is, me 24/7. But there are defining parts of it. So therefore, I feel that autistic person's the right thing for me to call myself. And, that's just how I personally see it. But I feel when it comes to person with autism, and when people say it, I don't think it's from a malicious point of view. I don't think people are out there to hurt autistic people by saying, "Oh, you're a person with autism, haha." I think it's much more simpler than that. I think a lot of people say person with autism, firstly, if they don't know anything about autism, but also in the medical field as well, they tend to say person with X condition, so whether it's cancer, whether it's schizophrenia, whatever it is, they always tend to say person with because it's more respectful to the person or the patient that they are talking to. But to me, person with autism just sounds weird. It just doesn't fit right with me personally. It just sounds like an accessory rather than, a person. And to me, autism is a defining part of me, to what I do, my actions, all those sorts of things. So it's important just to talk to the person and actually just find out what they prefer before slapping a label on them, without, thinking about their feelings or the way they think about things. But the next thing not to say to autistic people is, "Oh, so you're like Shelby Cooper?" No. "Oh, you're like Rain Man from Rain Man?" No. "Oh, Elsa from Frozen?" Oh my god man, will you just stop it? Alright, let it go. Jeez. When it comes to the world of TV, it's an amazing thing. I love sitting down, binging on Netflix, binging on Disney Plus, because I'm a couch potato. However, when it comes to autism, sometimes people see a lot of autistic traits in television characters or film characters. And then when they meet a person out in the street or like their friend or something, it tends to be they link that person to a TV character, which I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing, but I think it can be a little bit offensive depending on who you're talking to. Because to me, a lot of the traits that someone shows on TV shows are very exaggerated to get the point to the viewer that this person has a condition of some kind. That's how I've always seen it. They might just assume that that is autism, that is what autism is, and everyone who's autistic is like this character, which just isn't the case. And it's like other conditions as well, other representations in the media. There's a lot more to a condition than what is portrayed on TV sometimes. But don't get me wrong though, there are great representations of autism in the media, especially as of late. Definitely check out In a Beat. I'm going to leave it down below. It's done by an independent film company over in the States. Really love the film. Just fantastic. Go and check it out. Really recommend it. And another thing not to say to autistic people is, "Oh, well, it must be very mild autism then, because you don't look like you need extra help. You don't look like anything special. You don't look like you have special needs. I mean, literally, you've got mild autism written on your forehead." I guess so. When people talk about autism as if it's mild or high functioning autism, I don't really understand it because there's not a look to autism. What really annoys me about this one is when people look at a photo or a video and they say, "Huh, they look autistic." Like, what makes them autistic? What makes them look like they're autistic? I mean, it just baffles my mind. It really, really does. Sometimes we might stim in public, you know, such as flapping our hands or putting our hands over our ears or screaming because we are having a meltdown in the middle of a supermarket. But just because someone is doing that in a public place doesn't mean that I'm any less autistic than they are or anything like that. We're still autistic. And here's another thing not to say to autistic people. So hi, I just wanted to let you know that I am autistic and I was looking to maybe get some help for myself, maybe look into some benefit. This is really rich. Now you tell me that you're autistic and you claim a benefit. I go out to work 40 hours a week, get no thanks for it, just to pay for you lot to sit there and do nothing. I mean, Christ, what is this country coming to, man? I mean, Jesus. Really? This is just so hurtful, and it's been said to me quite a few times, so I know how personally hurtful it is to say that you're faking it just to get money off the government. You know, it's just something that's really, really disgusting to me. The thing with benefit, to me personally, I don't know if you're the same, is that it's there for a purpose, and people who are struggling, whatever it is, it could be jobs related, it could be disability related, benefits are there to help people. But also with this whole faking it for the benefits thing, there are people who struggle every single day just to do basic things, and those benefits allow them to do those things. Because even though to me autism's a positive thing, it's not for some people. You know, that people have real struggles, you know, and they're on benefits for certain reasons, and to shame those people is just wrong in my opinion. So just don't go there, especially with me, because I know what it's like. But another thing maybe not to mention to autistic people is, so my special abilities are I can fart sometimes for 30 seconds at the same note, and it's majestic. I can actually pick stuff up with my toes and fling it over my head because I'm a wizard at acrobatic stuff. And also I can do sassy hand gestures because I am a sassy man. And yes, this is sarcasm. Some of us on the spectrum don't have these special abilities that are portrayed in films or TV shows and things like that. Some of us do. I mean, I know some people who are really amazing at musical instruments or have just amazing abilities in just other things. Though I believe that autism can be an amazing thing, you know, and there are amazing parts about being autistic, there are just some parts of it which just aren't extraordinary and in fact can be a hindrance. But that's not to say that autism's all bad. I don't think it is. I think it's an equal balance of both. I do have abilities which I think are quite good. I mean, attention to detail is quite a good one. Being able to focus on something, to be able to put my concentration into that one thing, which is good in that sense, but can also be a hindrance because other things get left, such as dishes, washing, personal care. You know, even though autism has its positives and negatives, you know, it's a human condition and it's important to appreciate that side of things, I think. But to find out more things not to say to autistic people, check out my playlist. I've done a ton of these videos already, so check that out. Or if you're brand new to my channel, make sure you subscribe, click the notification bell so you get notified every time I upload to the channel. Stay you, stay indie, have a great day, and I'll see you next time.